Hello, everybody. I know many of you know what this is. It is, as many of you might have guessed right away, coconut oil. I'm excited about another quick Tonic Tuesday that I want to do for you, discussing coconut oil. It's hard to overrate coconut oil because it is it has so many benefits, as many of you, again, I'm sure already know. I just want to talk about a couple a day because I think that if we hone in on these, it may give you some practical thoughts for the season change, and it's something else that we could take sort of as a health tonic and as preventive care, again, with the seasons changing for us and even for the kiddos. One of the things that I've oftentimes thought about, because I was challenged in my reading at one point, is when you put something on your skin, would you also ingest it and digest it? If it's not something that you would ingest or digest, it may not be something that you want to absorb into your skin. This is one of the thoughts about coconut oil, that we could say that it is safe to both ingest and digest and even beneficial. And it is also safe and beneficial externally. So it's one of those things that pass that test that I think oftentimes we don't really think about when it comes to the things that we may put on our skin. So coconut oil can be used externally. Yes, we're not going to focus on that today, but it can be used on your hair. It can be used on your skin. It can be used on areas of your skin that are dry, bruises, okay, places that might need to heal. Can be very important to put something like coconut oil on it to help facilitate the healing. But I want to talk about it briefly, the importance of it being taken internally, or the benefits of it being taken internally. I use this many times, maybe a half a teaspoon, 2 or 3 times a day, just depending on where I am in my health practice and health cycle. I also will put it in my kids' smoothies in the morning, or if I notice something going on with one of my boys' skin, I'll just give them a little bit, maybe a fourth of a teaspoon, depending on depending on what's going on. Maybe once, twice a day, I'll give it to him to take on a spoon, and I'll just let him take that way. And if you can stomach it, that's one of the easiest ways to take it, or you can mix it with something else. But it's an antifungal, all right? It's an antibacterial, all right? Sort of a natural way of fighting bad bacteria in the body. And you might notice that if you use it for a week or two, if you have nail fungus, your nails might start to clear up. Areas of your skin that might have had a difficulty healing, you might notice that these areas will start to heal. Your hair might look like it's more moisturized and lively. All right, and obviously that can be something that coconut oil can do either externally because you use it in your hair, or internally. That's why it's sort of almost something that fits about everything, because you could also use it to cook. I use it for popcorn. I use it as an oil when I cook. So coconut oil is one of those things that can be used ubiquitously, all right, if you would. The other thing I want to suggest to you just real quick, and I know many of you guys are already onto this, so you may tune me out if I don't get to it, to the details of it pretty quick. But oil pulling. What is oil pulling? Coconut oil is something that I use to do oil pulling, which is putting a small amount of oil, maybe a tablespoon or so, in the mouth, and sort of using it, swishing it around in your mouth from, well, I don't want to scare you, but it can be done from anywhere between a couple of minutes up to about 20 minutes. And some people say, man, that sounds like a long time. My mouth would hurt, my jaw. You do get used to it, but the reason that people do this, and it's an ancient practice, Ayurveda is a ancient Indian practice of traditional medicine, natural medicines, where they would use this as a remedy for many, many things. But the idea is that if you swish it around in your mouth, don't swallow it, and you spit it out, that it helps to pull toxins out of your body while you're swishing it around. Now, if you do this for anywhere between 2 minutes, 15 minutes, I do 15 minutes usually 2 or 3 times a week. If a person is sick, though, however, or if I feel like I have a sickness coming on, you can do it daily for a week or two, and even a couple of times to 3 times a day if you have something really significant going on. But oil pulling is just a powerful, powerful practice to look into. The feeling that you have once you start to practice this, that many people talk about, is a feeling of lightness, a feeling of having, the brain fog sort of clear, and just a feeling of more clarity. And this, for many people, can't be understated, the effects that it has to feel more lively, to feel more clear, and to have that effect on the body. Sometimes once you feel that way, you don't want to go back. So it becomes part of your practice to try to keep the system clean. Again, the thought is that it pulls and it draws out of your body toxins, specifically up and around here in the mouth area, which carries many, many things that we don't want to multiply. So it's a very effective practice that's worth looking into. Again, it's something that I do 2 or 3 times a week. I don't do it daily because I find that the effects of it wear off if you do it too often when you're only doing something for maintenance. But if I feel sick or if I feel like something's coming on, as soon as I feel it coming on, if I got to wake up in the middle of the night, I'll wake up and do it. All right. Or first thing in the morning, which is what is often recommended, is that you do it first thing in the morning before you put anything on your stomach. And again, you spit the oil out, not in your sinks, because the coconut can freeze and it can mess up your sinks. Spit it in the trash or somewhere outside where you can spit. All right. So I know that might sound kind of intimidating for some people, but start with 2 minutes. See if you can work yourself up to 5 minutes. Just swish it around. All right. Squeeze it in between your teeth. Okay. By just swishing it. And doing this, I think that you'll find that it may be something that may help you feel a lot better, make you feel lighter. And when you feel any kind of sickness coming on, I do recommend this just as a preventive, just something that may be able to help you. I hope that this Tonic Tuesday gives you something to think about, and just another tool going into the seasons where the seasons are changing and your body's going to be trying to get adjusted to help keep the body somewhat clean and in a state that's able to fight off some of the things that come with new weather. I wish you well. I wish you wellness. I'm in between sessions, so I got to get back to work. I will chat with you guys perhaps next Tuesday for another tonic, and we'll get with you then. Take care.